Beginning. I thought I'd never see her again. The night sky above the desert base was the same as it had always been, an endless expanse of cold stars, glimmering like distant memories. The war between humans and the Elarian Dominion had ended years ago. I'd left the military, traded my armor for civilian clothes, and settled into the quiet life of a mechanic on the edge of Earth's reconstruction zone. But I could never forget her. Her name was Sarai, a commander in the Elarian fleet, an alien woman whose kind were supposed to hate us, destroy us. Yet somehow, during that endless war, we had found each other. We'd fought side by side once, trapped on a collapsing moon during a ceasefire gone wrong. She had saved my life more than once, and in the ruins of that broken world, something impossible had grown between us. Something forbidden. And then, one night, she left. No goodbye. No signal. Just gone. I told myself she had died in the war. It was easier to believe that than to think she'd chosen to disappear. Until the night I saw the ship. Middle. It appeared over the dunes, silent and silver, cutting through the sky like a blade of light. Every instrument in the garage went haywire, compasses spinning, lights flickering. I ran outside just as the craft descended, the sand beneath my boots glowing with residual energy. When the hatch opened, I saw her silhouette, tall, graceful, her silver skin glinting under Earth's twin moons. Sarai, I whispered, not believing my own eyes. She stepped forward. Time had not touched her, she was the same, her white hair cascading like threads of starlight. But her eyes, they were softer, filled with something I'd never seen in her before. In her arms, she carried two small figures, children. Human. Or at least, half-human. Their eyes were her luminous violet. Their skin bore the faint silver sheen of her people. And when they looked at me, something inside me shattered. Sarai's voice trembled as she spoke. They're yours, human. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't even breathe. The twins, one boy, one girl, hid behind her legs, clutching her robe. I don't understand, I managed to say. You left. You vanished without a word. Her expression darkened. If I had stayed, they would have killed us all. The Elarian High Council forbade any contact with humans after the treaty. They called our union a corruption, a betrayal. She looked up at the sky, her voice heavy. They wanted to erase you from their records, from my memories. I refused. I escaped. I stared at her, torn between disbelief and an ache that felt like fire in my chest. You've been hiding all this time? Yes. On the dark side of Velling 3. I raised them there. But, she hesitated, her voice trembling. They know. The council found out. They're coming. The escape. We didn't have much time. She wasn't exaggerating. Minutes later, a blip appeared on my old radar equipment, multiple Elarian ships descending fast. Sarai looked at me, her composure fracturing for the first time. You have to take them, Jeren. They're half-human. The council won't stop until they're captured and dissected. I shook my head violently. No. We'll run together. All of us. She smiled sadly. You still don't understand what I am. They put a tracker in my blood. If I stay on this planet, they'll find us within hours. But your people can hide them. Her words cut through me like a blade. You can't just leave again. She reached out, touching my face with trembling fingers. The warmth of her touch made the years collapse between us. If I could stay, I would. But if they capture me, they'll find you. And then they'll take them. Her children watched silently, sensing the weight of every word though they didn't yet understand. The girl tugged at her mother's robe. Mama, is he really? Yes, Sarai whispered. He's your father. The boy stepped forward and stared at me with wide, curious eyes. You look like me. That moment, simple, pure, was the most painful of my life. The plan. We loaded my old shuttle with supplies while Sarai modified its transponder. Her hands moved with precision, half soldier, half scientist. The hum of her tools filled the silence between us. Once you reach the outer colonies, find the Terran refuge zone on Vega 4, she instructed. They'll protect them. Tell them the code phrase Silver Sunday. They'll know it comes from me. And you? I asked. She looked away. I'll lead them away. Give you time. The words hit me like a physical blow. Sarai, don't. She stopped me with a kiss, gentle, desperate, filled with years of silence and regret. Jeren, take care of them. For both of us. The attack. The sky exploded with light. 3 Elarian interceptors descended through the atmosphere, firing beams of plasma that scorched the sand around us. I shoved the children into the shuttle, but Sarai was already moving, standing her ground between us and the attackers. Her armor flared to life, forming a glowing exosuit around her body. The sight of her, an alien warrior, radiant in silver light, was breathtaking and terrifying. Go, she shouted over the roar. I'll hold them. I grabbed the shuttle's controls. The engines roared to life, but I couldn't tear my eyes away from her. She moved like lightning, her weapon slicing through the night. 2 enemy ships fell in flames, but the third circled back, locking onto her position. Sarai, I screamed. She looked back once, just once, and smiled. Then she raised her hand and unleashed a burst of energy that tore through the enemy ship's hull. The explosion illuminated the desert like a second sunrise. When the light faded, she was gone. Aftermath. I don't remember much of the flight. The children were crying. The ship was half damaged, alarms screaming in every language. But somehow, we broke through the atmosphere and escaped into the silence of space. Days passed. The twins sat by the viewport, watching the stars. They didn't speak much, but every time I looked at them, I saw her, the way she smiled, the way she believed in something bigger than herself. When we finally reached Vega 4, the Terran refuge welcomed us. The code phrase Silver Sun opened doors I didn't even know existed. A man in a white uniform met us. You're Jeren Sol? Yes, I said, holding the children close. He nodded solemnly. Commander Sarai's signal reached us before she engaged the Elarian fleet. She saved your world again. My heart sank. Is she? He didn't answer, only looked toward the sky. Years later, the twins grew fast, smarter, stronger, and more curious than any human children I'd ever seen. They carried both worlds in their veins, my stubbornness and her grace, my fear and her courage. I told them stories about their mother. About how she fought for peace when everyone else wanted war. About how she loved a human when the universe told her not to. And then, one night, as I watched them sleep beneath the silver glow of Vega's moons, I saw it, an object streaking across the sky, slow, deliberate, glowing faintly blue. Not a meteor. Not debris. A signal. It stopped, hovered for a moment, then disappeared into the stars. The girl woke up and rubbed her eyes. Daddy, was that her? I swallowed hard, my throat tight. Maybe, I said softly. Maybe she's watching. The boy smiled sleepily. She'll come back. She promised. The return. 10 years later, the galaxy changed again. Peace treaties were signed between the remnants of the Elarian Dominion and the human coalition. Old enemies became uneasy allies. Trade ships crossed borders once filled with fire.